My name is Eric, and I am the gym director here at CFNI. I also run the sports ministry, and one of our target market, or the people that we're trying to reach, is actually the kids that live in the neighborhood communities. They don't have the best upbringing. We are in Oak Cliff, aka the hood. So it's known for violence and things like that, but our hope is to change that and change the narrative of what these kids are growing up in, and hopefully they would be known for loving Jesus and having success in life. I think the only way to effectively change someone's life is to introduce Jesus into their lives and to have the Holy Spirit, because that's ultimately what guides us and lets us know what right from wrong. In the world, we got so many things that will convince you to do things that they'll say it's okay, but to us, we know it's wrong. But the world is giving excuses and saying that it's okay to do these things and masking it with basically some deception. But the only way to really transfer somebody's life is living a life that's centered through Christ, and everything else will fall into place. So I think we have a great opportunity here in the Dallas area. We have a legitimate need. We have kids that are underprivileged, don't even have shoes sometimes to play basketball. We have kids that are actually hungry, have experienced some of the worst living conditions I've ever experienced here in Dallas. And I've been to Honduras, I've been to Belize, I've been to third world countries, and I've actually witnessed things that are worse here than over there. So we have a legitimate need, and so we're trying to reach the community. So we're going to talk to parents and do some outreach stuff there, but we also want to reach out to leagues, put them into leagues that they could play, give them that experience, maybe create a league for them. And we also want to reach the different sports teams in the area, give them that experience, people to look up to, hopefully help them build some relationships, somebody that they can aspire to be. And then also looking for donors that are willing to invest into these kids' lives so that they can have that experience and have better resources that they don't normally have and other kids do. For me, I've always been in love with basketball and sports growing up. It was a big part of my life. I used to be a little overweight as a kid, and sports really got me to be fit. I know getting made fun of for being out of shape was not the easiest thing for me, and so I really just got my body right, really focused on basketball, and that's opened up a lot of doors in my life. So I know the tool that basketball can be, and I was privileged enough to make it out of the city, and so I was in a better place, but I grew up with my friends still kind of experiencing that. So something about the streets has always been on my heart. Like, I've always been drawn to the streets. I felt more at home in the streets than the suburbs. Unfortunately, suburbs isn't as cool as the streets, so that was part of it. And then as I grow up, I realized the complications and the dangers that it does exist in the streets, where it's not seemed as cool when it becomes real life. And so I want to help these kids have that same mindset where it's really all fiction. It's seemed as cool, but really it's dangerous, and it's not all that they paint it to be in media and things like that. So I want to give these kids an opportunity to not fall victim or become another statistic. And my heart is just to help people, and basketball is something I know, streets is something I know, Jesus is something that I know, so why not put them all together and see what happens.